All right, and happy Cinco de Mayo. Welcome back to the Artisan Politics Show, an ongoing discussion of global politics, social change, social media, technology, what have you. If it's interesting and I have something to say about it, you'll probably hear about it on this program. Trying out just a pure streaming format today. I'm still trying to work that out. So the only way you're going to be able to dial in is via the Artisan Politics program on Skype. So hit us up at Artisan Politics, all one word, and we'll chat about whatever you have in mind. I guess I should let the internet know that I'm broadcasting. So live on the stream. Artisan Politics via Skype. Alrighty. So the last time I was using this blog talk radio platform and live on the stream, hit me via chat or via Skype. Artisan Politics. Down 435 in 2018, because that's the soapbox for the next few years. 435 in 2018, what does that mean? That's 435 congressional districts, every one of which can be flipped in a single election. Brand new Congress for a brand new president. Hopefully President Bernie Sanders, but frickin' Americans are weird, so I wouldn't put it past us to elect President Trump, so maybe the world should start preparing for that. In the meantime, hit me up on Skype, Artisan Politics. Otherwise, let me check out the chat here, see if anyone's going. Nobody on no chat yet. I'll pop over there occasionally, but if I watch myself on the live stream, it's about 10 seconds behind, so it starts to feel weird. So let's hit this tweet live on the stream. Artisan Politics. All right, so let's see if anyone has anything to say about that. So where was I? So yeah, Cinco de Mayo. I have my Pacifico. I have my Cavassier. So I'm celebrating with both American and Mexican flavors. Really, if you think about it, if you know anything about history, the fact that America and Mexico aren't already sort of more inexorably linked in just about every way baffles me. I mean, we took half our country from them. The least we could do is give them a job. And they're jobs that no Americans really want to do because those are shitty jobs. And you know what? Those are jobs all the robots are going to be doing soon anyway. So at a certain point, we're going to have to start hating on each other and start realizing that we have to design a new kind of economy. A 21st century economy. Who knows what that looks like? I don't know what that looks like. I don't think anyone knows what that looks like. I assume that there's books out there that have been written expounding upon this or that. in my mind, it has to, it first and foremost has to recognize that every one of 7 point whatever billion human beings on this planet are equally deserving of, a roof over their head and 3 square meals a day and access to education and healthcare and, sort of a stable and sort of self-actualizing existence. You shouldn't have to be exceptional in this world to get ahead. There's dignity in every existence. Every human spark needs to be allowed to have that dignity. And we don't do that. We've never done that. It's not like I'm lamenting some day of yore where that has actually happened. We got close, in the 60s. My favorite what if scenario is, what if Nixon beats JFK and actually is able to continue the work that Eisenhower started with the Republican Party. And, he was never sort of, at least prior to becoming president, he wasn't the biggest cheerleader of overseas engagement. So maybe Vietnam never happens. And if Vietnam never happens, the space program was already sort of going. So maybe Nixon partners with Senator Kennedy to, take us to the moon. And then maybe Kennedy is elected later on. Maybe with his brother as VP. Maybe he never needs Johnson to get elected. I feel like the reason why Americans are so bad at practicing politics is because we really don't know history, and we seem to have become curiously incurious. We toe the party line. We don't question anything that we're told. Some of us do, again, building on the last show's thing, 10% rule. Excuse me. Hilarious. I don't think I've cussed yet, even though I've said this is going to be a rated R program. I don't actually have to rate it for YouTube, I don't think, so whatever. And I'm going after hours at a different time with the hopes that some people will call up via Skype, Artisan Politics. I guess I could start the blog talk radio if somebody wants to call me on the phone. Where was I? The 21st century economy sort of emerging out of the bones and the wasted lives of the 20th. The beautiful thing is we have the internet now. We are really closer as a human race than we've ever been ever, which presents some really rare opportunities to start to delivering on all the things that I've been reading about in science fiction for as long as I can remember reading. I want my freaking computer controlled cars because most people can't drive for shit. Why can't I have that? I should be able to have that. You should be able to have that. We all deserve that. My interactive house that knows who I am, and artificial intelligence that isn't trying to kill me. Do we have to have technology that's dystopian? You're welcome, Sean. I think I said that right. Can't we sort of create a version of reality that allows most people to get ahead? And like I said before, 10% rule. 10% of humanity are going to be shitbirds. They're going to take advantage. They're not going to do anything that you expect them to do. And then there's going to be an active sort of 10% who want to plot our downfall. as a species. That the only way they can win is if the rest of us lose. But that still leaves 90% of us. I think the math is right. That at any given moment for any given sort of discussion, 90% of us should be able to agree. Yeah, 10% of the Republican Party right now is stark raving mad. But that's also the 10% of voters who make up the bulk of their primary voting demographics. You know, the only voters in the Democratic Party who reliably turn out for primaries are the status quo Democrats. The people who see the Clintons and that sort of third way neoliberal ideal as being the only way that the Democratic Party can stave off the barbarians on the right. They've been sort of bamboozled, but in a different way. You know, to the point where Obama trying to sort of mend fences was dead on arrival. Because that wasn't the status quo. Which is why that never happened. So hit me up on Artisan Politics on Skype if you're watching the stream. I think I can look at the stream and see that only one person is watching. So only one person watching the stream. What the fuck? Alright. Sorry, that was probably pretty boring. I was posting something to Facebook to see if I can't get some more people involved in this conversation. We're global, so if you're overseas and somehow you stumble across this channel and you're watching via some sort of IP masking thing that doesn't show you on the stream, but you're still hearing my voice, hit me up on Artisan Politics on Skype, or you can hit me on Twitter. At Jason Miller MSP is my account. Follow me there, I guess. Go buy my book, Midnight Sun, for sale on Amazon and Kindle. It's my autobiography, so whatever crazy stories I don't actually end up telling on the show, you can kind of go get them there. And then you can call up and ask me questions, and we can dig into it further, because as crazy as that book is, over 400 pages, probably 4/5 of the stories remained untold. So there's some news for the agents and producers out there who think that's all you got is that one book. Negative. Things end up on the cutting room floor. On every endeavor. What was I doing? I don't know. So I guess this is just going to be a weird show, because I kind of want to not even do the radio thing at all. I don't want to do phones. I mean, I guess if you have I don't know if I have a Skype phone number. Let me see if that exists. My account. Skype number. not? State, Minnesota. Minnesota. Oh no, 612, huh? No Minneapolis at all. Marshall! We are Marshall. $507. 218. Moose Lake. There we go. 218. 565-9975. I like that. Oh, it costs money, of course. Fine. Because we do need to take phone calls, so I'll set up Skype to take phone calls, and then I'll set out a number here for everybody to see. What? God damn it. Dude, I'm whistling Bieber on my show. Holy crap. I swear to God, I'm 46. Jason at Artisan Politics, huh? All right. So does it have my number? Got an email somewhere. Okay, how do I see my number? View profile. What I don't know is if there's still one person, and I don't even know if that's just me watching my own watching my own stream. Awesome. So let's see if we can get a phone number here. All right. Let's see here. Anyone who knows me knows that that song's still going in my head, and I still want to hum it. Much too late to say sorry now. Alright, I'll tell my friend Paul. Oh. I guess it isn't just me watching my own show. I lost my one viewer. Damn it. Damn it, son. Oh, well. What else? Oh, Maria. Buck Jones. Alright, so here we go. Still just doing the stream. Islands in the stream. That is what we are. You didn't know it was going to be a frickin' karaoke thing, except I'm not reading lyrics. So I'm posting something to all my friends. All my friends. All my friends, please join me on the Artisan Politics program, cause I think that we should be chatting about shit. All my vet friends, say hi. All right, I got one person back, so we're on an uptick. Hang on, I'm gonna get a phone number for somebody soon. Let me see. Did you process my shit? I need to log into my web server. I know you're really interested in that, but Skype sent me an email with my phone number on it, and I don't really check that email, although I guess I should probably hook it up now that I'm using this program. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. Someone call me now, so I'll stop singing. I haven't had much to drink, though it might seem like that. We rely on each other. Awesome. That's just written in ink, too. You're welcome. Okay. Well, got it. Fine. Yes, Frank. Hi. You want to say hi to the folks? Come here. Come on, Frank. Come on, Frank. Say hi to the folks. That way. I'm pointing at my blind dog to look at the camera. That's how smart I am. Say hi, Frank. That's your 15 seconds. Mwah. All right. Back off. Back off. Back up. Back up. Back up. Yes. Hi. Back up. What? Ooh, excuse me. Awesome. I know you want some of that. Islands in the stream. That is what we are. Alright, let's make this live stream thing work. Power to the people. Check out Facebook. I guess Twitter. Let me hit Twitter with that. So, give me a call, 218-565-9975. That would be nifty. We can chat about the stuff in the world today. All right. Yeah, chum. Let me hit my favorite kind. So we'll just keep doing the show. I think I'm just going to do the live stream thing, and the key is that I just can't watch the live stream because it's a few minutes, not even a few minutes. It's probably about 15 or 20 seconds behind my actual stream. So I just have to hope that when these 2 hours are done, that we would have see, I completely lost my train of thought on that one. See, I can't. That's why I need a producer. I can't respond to Facebook and do my show at the same time. It's ridiculous. Just talking to Micah Sellers, who's one of my oldest friends. We actually met on I guess both of our first boats back in '91. So yeah, he's still a good friend. He's an entrepreneur out in Washington D.C. and he's given me some advice about how to build some brand width, which is, you know, the sort of thing he's good at. So of course I'll be listening to said advice. Start going wide. So just telling him that, you know, the reason I'm not being too crazy with the marketing of the show and trying to get it out there with the various political blogs is that I'm still testing the format. I want to make sure that I can take calls and have interesting conversations with interesting people in a way that sort of gains an audience share. So I'm psyched. I think I'll be able to do that over the next few weeks. I've actually already identified a producer and offered her a spot in history. So yeah, we'll see what happens. What's Micah say? Drop some bombshells and get the target. Oh wait, that's right. I have my. So drop some bombshells and get the target audience riled up to tune in and use some shock jock tactics. Well, I think my shock jock is not. I'm shocking, but probably not for the reason you would expect. The reason I'm shocking is because I'm dropping some freaking bombs on your damn noggin about things you might not have been interested enough to check into yourself. And I don't really forget anything. I think I'm like a better Sheldon. I'm a less socially inept Sheldon. I don't forget anything, and when I'm interested in something, I read up on it, and I learn all there is to learn about it, and I talk to people who know things about it, and of both camps. I don't just listen. I don't just go out and search out opinions that already sort of agree with the things I already think. I want to have every side of the thing. Then I crunch all that data, and it's there now in my head forever and ever. Amen. So that's what I think that I bring to the table that's different than perhaps a lot of other political talk enthusiasts, in that I'm actually interested in having a real conversation. And if you don't agree with me, I'm even more interested in having that conversation. Because I want to know, first I want to know why you don't agree with me, because I'm freaking right 9 times out of 10. Okay, 10 times out of 10, but I'm willing to admit that perhaps one of those times was mistaken. So if you don't think I'm right on that, feel free to give me a call. The number is 218-565-9975. You can also get me on Skype, Artisan Politics. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's up. That's where we're at. I picked up some followers on Twitter, so yeah, good call, Micah. I definitely need to be more diligent on the twits and the tweets and the twappenings. I think I'm gonna be max headroom. I think that's hopefully the stream is starting to get better, that I'm not max headroom, because the last stream was like woo. And it was a Saturday afternoon, and maybe it was a little too. Maybe that's not the best time for this show. Maybe the best time for this show is in the evenings, after the kids have gone to sleep, and you want to talk some real shit, have a drink. You don't have to watch your language with me. I don't give a shit. You don't even have to watch your politics with me. You don't have to watch your religion with me. You don't have to watch your race with me. You don't have to watch your weird, manifestos with me. I want to hear all that shit, because it's all part of the human experience. And if we're going to practice politics properly, Artisan Politics, I've mentioned it before, it's the name of the show. If we're going to do this thing, it requires all of us to back up a step, kill our freaking ego with regards to politics, and start to look at things a little more logically and a little less sort of emotionally. Because they've used emotion, they've used sort of nativist tendencies and sort of us versus them genetic markers in the human race to keep us divided. But we really, truly are much more alike than we are different. And the more of us that start to think that, and the more of us that start to be able to have conversations that may be uncomfortable, but perhaps can lead to someplace that's maybe not comfortable, but acceptable, then the vibration level of the planet just continues to rise. You can't be hating on people. Stop hating. Seriously. I mean, we are supposedly a religious country in America, but somehow we miss the entire spiritual message of Jesus completely. Wow, are my veins popping out? I'm not angry. Trust me. That's just like my ex said. It's a nurse's wet dream. My vein structure. It would be easy if I needed to let me see. That's the cool thing about video, though. I can do stupid shit like this. Yeah. So you're welcome, nurses. Yeah. Down, nurses. So how many people do we have in the stream? Still just one person. All right. That's kind of. Who's my one person? At least send me a chat. Say something. Hey, the chat said say something. So I'm going to type in say something. 218-565-9975 is the phone number. I guess I could have done the Blog Talk Radio thing, but honestly, I want it to just I want it to be a different beast altogether. I'm still not even sure what this show is going to be when all is said and done. I hope that you actually help define what this show is. I want it. This show is a show that's never existed. ever at any time in human history because the technology didn't exist. The technology didn't exist for me to go, oh, cool, let's have a conversation with somebody over my shoulder via the internet. Or actually, it would be via Skype. Via Skype. We'll talk to somebody via Skype. You can give me a call. You can hit me on Artisan Politics via Skype, and we'll chat, and you can be there, and I'll be here, and we'll have a cool discussion. Like, that shit has never existed in human history. That's exciting to me. If it's not exciting to you, I'm sorry. You need to, like, check into one of those machines that shock people's hearts. I forget what it's called. They actually have them in gyms now, so easy access. Go, clear terrorism. So, hit me up on Twitter, Jason Miller MSP. If you have any questions, I'm around. I'm available. I got a dog in the background. There's a tail. You can see it. It's all good. Ooh, I got a retweet. That's my first retweet in a long time. SMAB. What is SMAB? Interactive SEO audio for podcasts. Test our beta. Monetize. I'm monetizing, bitches. Bitches. Mugs. You have to understand that mugs, in the parlance of my old business partner, Marcus, pulling out, mugs equals motherfuckers. I'm going to try to use mugs more than MF is because I have a 2-year-old and my son doesn't need to be using that word until he's old enough to make it ironic. 2 or 3 is not that age. So I'm going to be using mugs. So when you hear me say mugs, I'm actually saying motherfuckers. Amen. This is the Artisan Politics podcast, video podcast, I guess, because honestly, I think that's the wave of the future, and I'm perfectly comfortable being on camera. Thank you, United States Navy, and bourbon. In high definition. And headphones. I'm wearing headphones. I don't really need to wear headphones because nobody's calling in. The only reason you wear headphones is to avoid echoes. I miss people not calling in. Come on. Alright. How about August Seeger? Maybe you'll call him. Come on. Show. Maybe that'll get somebody. Who's online? Oh, maybe I should do the chat thing. All right, here. Let's look at my Facebook. So now the live stream's looking at my Facebook because I guess that's what we do. Where are chat people? No, that's not right. Oh, these are the people who are online. Really? That's it? Gotta be more than that. Guess that's it. Guess nobody's online. I figured this would be a good time of day. It's 8:40 Central, 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 on the West Coast. 7:40 in Colorado. Colorado, call. Bitches. Mugs. Jamaica, call. Skype, Artisan Politics. Phone number is 218-565-9975. 218-565 9975. I don't know who I'm saying that to. I still only have one person watching. So that person can call me on the phone or hit me on Artisan Politics via Skype. If history is correct, probably the most people who will be watching this are going to be hearing that phone number for the next program. So that phone number will be valid even though you're probably going to be watching this via recorded on YouTube. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Why isn't my sister calling up? She should call. I can do Google. I can do Hangouts. Anybody out there have me on Hangouts? Alright, whatever. Varun. I'm gonna chat to you. It's my new friend in Jamaica. He's like, who the hell is this guy? Why is he wanting to bring me into this? I actually had some really interesting conversations with Jamaicans with regards to politics. They're quite sophisticated. They're a lot more sophisticated than us, actually, in a lot of ways. And supposedly we invented it. Terrorism! Wait, what? He's not responding to my text. He's not responding to my Gmail chat. He says, no, thanks. I'm good. I'm getting married. Exciting times. Cinco de Mayo. Come on, August Seeger. Cinco de Mayo, August Seeger. Cinco de Mayo. August. Holla, brother. What up? Alright, so this is what that looks like. Alright, funny. Oh, that's fun. My boy can't do it right now, but we'll have him on the program. He's super smart, and there's some really cool shit going on in Jamaica that I think people need to hear about. So yeah, he's actually getting ready to get married this weekend, so it doesn't surprise me that on the Thursday before his wedding, he can't jump on my program and talk about politics. But it's cool. That's, again, what I want this program to be. I want it to be global, because every single one of my former comrades in the military will be sure to attest that everybody's the same. Everywhere around the globe, we're all the same. We want the same things. We want the same opportunities for ourselves and for our kids. We want food in our bellies and a safe place to sleep at night, that we're not constantly worrying that someone's going to break in and take our shit. I got a call from my cable TV provider asking me if I wanted to get security services. And, maybe I shouldn't tell the internet that I don't have a security system, but are we that scared that, every house needs a security system? That's a recent phenomenon in America. And you know what? 10% rule. Dude, if you're so scared that the 10% of humanity that might possibly break into your house to steal your stupid shit, I have insurance, so fuck it, break in, have at it. I'm relatively easy to find. I'm again, Jason Everett Miller. I have great SEO value. I just bought a house, which is public record, so I live transparency, Mugs. I do. And why I feel safe is because I don't piss people off. And I don't, live ostentatiously. And I don't have a bunch of things that people want. I don't care how much money I ever make. I'll probably be fairly wealthy when all is said and done, just given my various and sundry ambitions. But I'll be doing the frickin' what's his name in Nebraska thing. God, what's his name? I did this last week. I brain farted on a name. The fucking Capital dude. Shit. Whatever. Who's hit me on Facebook? Well, people are liking the post, but they're not actually calling. So, that number is 218-565-9975. That will be also the number next week. I still only have one person on the stream, so that means nobody's really actually going to be calling. So everybody that's interacting with this show is going to be doing it at sort of a removed in time, which, whatever, that's fine. No prob. No prob. No prob, man. It's all good, man. It reminded me of this movie from the 80s. So, Artisan politics, the idea behind the show is really a bigger idea behind sort of a movement globally for average, everyday citizens to treat politics basically the same way as they treat everything else that's important in their lives. You need to focus on your local district, your local government. I mean, some countries, obviously, the government is so small that you can kind of just focus on it based on your interests, I guess. Like if you're into health shit or education shit or commerce or entrepreneurism, it's relatively easy to seek out data and start to get involved. We've been convinced that we're best involved as part of a party apparatchik, knocking heads with the other enemies, because they are evil and we are good. And I mean, seriously, it's freaking ridiculous. The propaganda that we've swallowed is so fucking transparent that I honestly, on a daily basis, it makes me laugh out loud that we were so stupid to eat that shit up. I mean, people talk about George Orwell, right? Or Aldous Huxley, and they all sort of wrote right around World War II, and fascism and Nazism and communism, were all ascendant and very much in your face. And they wrote of a future today, actually 30 years ago, that would be the only way that humanity could be sort of enslaved the way we are today was via really in-your-face tactics. Big Brother and fucking, you can't read, and you can't this, and you can't that. Excuse me. Awesome. So it was, but we've sort of surrendered without a fight. Like they found a much nicer, it's almost like the powers that be, the sociopaths who are in charge of our system currently, read 1984, read Brave New World, read Machiavelli's The Prince, and said, you know what? I think we can do this shit without any of that. Like, they'll sign up for their chains. Like, they want big screen TVs. They want the shiniest new toys. They don't care about the waste and destruction and the human suffering that is involved with delivering this fantasy of reality that delivers a fantasy of satisfaction with your life. They really, I mean, it's brilliant if you think about it. They really, like, did everything they wanted to do without a single fucking drop of blood. We signed up for it on installment payments. We locked our chains around our own wrists voluntarily. And that's not to say that there isn't blood and there isn't tears. And when you start talking prison populations and other sections of society that have been created to reinforce the illusion of security, clearly there's blood involved there and a much sort of darker control. But it all comes back to the fact that for the first time in human history, we actually have the mechanisms to do whatever the hell it is that makes the most sense for the most people, but we don't do any of it. I mean, we've basically created a fantasy economy. The world is $70 trillion in debt. It's a giant fucking Monopoly game, people. That's not real numbers. That's not real money. It's not real debt. It's just people trading influence and integrity and sort of, well, I guess that's it. Influence and integrity, really. You're convincing other people that you're going to do what you say you're going to do, and then you set off to do that. And honestly, in most cases, many businesses don't do anything that they've said they're going to do, and they actually do the exact opposite, or they do it for 10 or 20 times the cost that it should have taken to achieve the same ends, and they call that a win. And somehow that's okay with us. It's not okay with me. And it's not, this isn't going to be a super sloppy show because this is actually the only whiskey I have in the house, so. I have beers, Cinco de Mayo, Pacifico. Yay! My favorite, San Diego. August Seeger. Why isn't anybody on Facebook anymore these days? There's like nobody live. Alright, Amy's live. My sister needs to call. Alright. I need somebody on the show. I need to test my frickin' integration points. Coming up on the end of the first hour of the program. You're watching, listening, imbibing Artisan Politics. I am Jason Everett Miller. Been around the block a time or two, done a few things. Maybe you should buy the book. Bah! Amy said she can't be involved tonight, but she loves me. I said, no thanks. 5 minutes. Come on. Show. All right, Chris. Come on, cousin. All right, this is my cousin Christopher Owen Miller. He lives out in Eugene, Oregon. Um, he sometimes supports my shit, so we'll see if we can get somebody to call. Dude, I'm gonna browbeat somebody to call in the next. Well, actually, it's a live stream, so I can make it last as long as I want. I can put everything on mute, walk away, and you can watch an empty chair for 5 minutes while I have a smoke. I actually am never going to have any fucking sponsors, so, you know. Let me amend that. I might have sponsors, but they're going to know what they signed up for ahead of time. 218-565-9975. Still got one person on the stream who isn't saying anything, which makes me nervous. Are you a stalker? I hope I don't have any stalkers. I tried not to create a life that would require stalkers. Bourbon. So the 21st century economy, what does that mean? You're going to hear me talking about it a lot. Because the robots are coming. Artificial intelligence is coming. Computer-driven cars are coming. So what are our cabbies going to do? What are our sort of manufacturing line employees going to do globally? I'm not talking in the US. Globally. Like, the entire Industrial Revolution was predicated and built upon human labor. Robots are going to take all of that out of the equation. So what follows on? What replaces that? It's a big question. Got nobody. Nobody is calling me out online. I don't know why. Nobody call me on Skype. Artisan politics, all one word. It's like partisan politics without the P. 'Cause the P is stinky. Hilarious. Alrighty. I don't know. Top of the hour, first hour of the program. Maybe I'll put my mic on mute and step away for a minute, have a smoke, refresh my Pacifico in celebration of Cinco de Mayo. I'll continue to show that my producer of choice that she needs to help me, help her, help you. Because we're going to kill this thing. And yeah, 9 o'clock p.m. on Cinco de Mayo 2016. I am Jason Miller, Jason Everett Miller. This is Artisan Politics, and I will see you in, 10 minutes. Peace! Coming back soon. I just need to go put the laundry in the dryer and plug in my phone. Alright. Uno momento, por favor. Cinco de Mayo, Artisan Politics. Whee! Alright, this weird show is back on the air. Artisan Politics with Jason Everett Miller. Nothing on Facebook. Nothing on the tweets. Nothing on the Skypes. So I guess it's just us. One person on the stream who isn't responding to the chat. So yeah. Still need this thing to have other people involved for it to really be what it needs to be. As much fun as I have talking about things that I find interesting, a politics program is only really interesting when it involves more than one person. My view on things is colored by my experiences and what I've gone through in life. And that's going to be severely different than just about everybody else on the globe. And if you don't dial in to the program at 218-565-9975 or Artisan Politics on Skype, all one word, then we can't sort of add that additional flavor to the program that, honestly, I'm hoping to achieve with this thing. I didn't start the show just to hear myself talk. I do that sort of anyway. Every day I hear myself talk all the time about all the things that I find interesting, and it's frankly boring to me now. I know what I think. I just don't know what you think. I have this video podcast all set up to take your calls, so I know pebbles in a pond and all that shit, and there's probably, all these shows are gonna go onto the internet with probably very little fanfare, and I'm okay with that because I'm a glutton for punishment, and silence, I suppose, is something of a punishment. What are those numbers again? It's only one person. There is one person on the stream. One person is fucking listening to me. Call me at 218-565-9975. I swear to God, we can have a very civil conversation, especially if you think I'm full of shit. Maybe I'll go into the Dimphos Train Killers group and see if anybody's in there. Live streaming, political talk show, former JO1. Let me see if I can find the link. There it is. It's an empty chair. Awesome. Presiding. Is that a real word? That doesn't look like the right word. Yeah, I need to get a let's see, phone number. Or Artisan politics on Skype. Interested in your view of things. Vets. View of America. Interesting hearing the. Yeah, that's true. Pound, not an empty chair. Alright, that's kind of funny. Alright. Honestly, I can keep the show going as long as you're gonna listen to me talk about things. I thought we had some interesting ideas going in the first hour regarding sort of a universal income and how can we create a society that allows 7 billion plus human beings to live a dignified life. Is that possible in today's world? I think it is. But it requires us to sort of think differently and
imagine differently and practice politics differently and view our fellow human being differently.
Somehow we've been convinced that we have way more things not in common than we actually do. You know, most people just want to live a safe life. They're not looking to kill it. You know, that's what just bugs the ever living shit out of me about sort of today's modern Republican Party is that they keep saying that everybody wants free stuff. You know, they just want free stuff. They want to live off everybody else's sweat. Okay, yeah, again, like we said, the 10% rule. There's a certain amount of people that will totally take advantage of the system. But most people just want a way to make their lives better. And why shouldn't we facilitate that as a society? And, you know, obviously I start with America because we've pretty much told the world that, hey, we're the fucking gold standard for everything. So, you know, the story that we're telling you that is America is real, even though it isn't. Hate to break it to you. If you didn't already know, the stories that we tell the rest of the world are completely fucking false. Like every empire before us. It's not like we're reinventing the wheel here. We're pretty much your standard issue for garden variety empire. Grinding the world under our thumb. And if you don't see that, I feel sorry for you, because clearly you've not read enough books. Read more, talk less. Read more, chat less. Read more, post less. Ignorance in the age of information is fucking choice, mugs. If you're not completely aware of everything that's going on in the world, it's because you're just not curious enough to figure it out. Because that information exists. And if you're just listening to the media and listening to shock jocks or listening to anyone in any sphere telling you that they know better, like, what's going on, you're not curious enough. You're not a real human being. You fucking dishonor your ancestors. Because they already went through all this shit so you could fucking be curious and be informed and be active and be engaged. And if you're not, fuck you. Honestly, fuck you. And if you can call me up at 218-565-9975 and tell me why I'm full of shit. Because I'm not full of shit. America's full of shit. And the people that you've allowed to fucking be your voice are full of shit. Rush Limbaugh? Really? I'm sorry. Ring of Fire? Fuck you. The left and the right. I reject your reality and insert my own as a nod to the what was the name of that show? Anyway, what is it? We're almost an hour and 23 minutes into the program with a 10-minute break. That was awesome. Still haven't eaten dinner. Maybe I should eat while I do this thing. Ooh, I picked up a follower though on the twits. Smab followed me. I'll follow Smab. Um, 218-565-9975. How many people do we have on the stream? Still just one person who is not responding to me. Hello, Stalker. I appreciate the support. You're gonna watch an empty chair for a minute since nobody's really jumping in, and I'll be right back. So peace out. Artisan Politics, Jason Everett Miller. We'll keep it going until I decide that I've had enough. Oh, I'm down to 0 watchers, so cool. No problem. And we're back. But I still haven't had a single caller, so it's hard for me to test out all my integrations, but I'll watch the stream and see how this worked out. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Pacifico. Best Mexican beer. Bar none. 218-565-9975. You can also hit me on Skype, Artisan Politics, all one word. Really don't have anybody watching the stream, so all of those things will be actually applicable the next time I do the show. So remember it, Artisan Politics on Skype, or 218-565-9975. Write that down. Excuse me, because I am going to get an audience calling in and interacting with the show, and I'm only going to use the internet to do that. So no radio, 21st century economy. The funny thing is, if a bunch of you all just start watching me, I'll make money. And because I don't give a shit about money, any money that I make, I'm going to plow back into doing things for society. We can make this sort of a symbiotic relationship. If they were paying Rush Limbaugh $100 million to drive us apart, imagine if they pay me $100 million to bring us together. Because they understand that to sustain 25% growth every fucking quarter forever means that we need to get off this planet, because the planet can't sustain that sort of growth. And I'm happy to give you sort of a game plan on how to make that work.
It means that we need to give everybody a universal income, because if the fucking measurement of society's progress and currency is commerce, then people need money to spend, whether or not they have a job. So we need a universal income, and universal health care, and universal education. Because 7 billion people on the planet need the ability to achieve the limits of their abilities. We can't just keep killing all these sort of, potential visionaries because, I don't know, terrorism. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why we can't take the available resources of this planet and distribute them in a way that makes sense logically. That takes advantage of all of our opportunities as a human race, as opposed to sort of dividing us up into all these small chunks of humanity. Like it fucking matters what color your skin is or where you were born. I mean, it totally matters what color your skin is or where you were born, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't fucking matter. And the fact that it does today, given everything, pisses me off. I blame Gen X. I know some people will find that surprising because I actually blame the boomers for a lot of shit, but I blame Gen X for missing an opportunity to sort of provide that interstitial layer to the globe. Like, we sort of fell down on the job. We didn't vote, we didn't pay attention, we didn't participate. So we kind of let the boomers go crazy with that whole coke-fueled Reagan shit. We didn't hold them to account. We didn't make them live up to the opportunities that they were given. So where do we go from there, I guess is the question, right? Always. Perpetually. What's next? I don't think it's too late for us to come together globally via the kind of odd mechanisms that have been put into place via social media and sort of commerce. I mean, honestly, we exported manual labor in this country that was sort of a middle class income and put it overseas as sort of a slave labor income. Like, yeah, you're kind of making money, but you're not really making money. And if, you're just barely sort of saying, hey, I'm going from subsistence living to the very bottom of poverty in the developed world. And how does it make sense to sort of order our global resources in that fashion? People are our only renewable resource. Hate to break it to you. It's not oil, it's not gold, it's not whatever the fuck. It's people. Because we keep making more people. Because we like to fuck. Sorry. Again, rated our program. But, hey, we like to have kids. Like, that's the thing. So our really only truly renewable resource is people. And if we're leaving 90% of the globe sucking it in the gutter, struggling just to get the basics. How does that make any sense whatsoever? From a pure resources utilization standpoint. And I'll even be, be freaking like self-centered and like fucking greedy about it. The fact that the world's sort of like sociopath masters of the universe who are in charge of shit don't already recognize that human beings are really the best investment is, I don't know what's going on. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, that just is such an obvious conclusion. I mean, they kind of are doing that, but they're doing it in a way that is counterproductive to true utilization. You can use people up, you can spit people out, but if you're using everybody properly, it could be beautiful. In my brain, but I was raised on Asimov and Heinlein and like these science fiction realities that made sense, again, based on the inputs and outputs and people and sociology that they were dealing with at the time, which is really World War II. I'll be honest, I can't remember the last time I read sci-fi was sort of like based off of Star Wars. So, how relevant is that? I assume, there was William Gibson, but his was, again, it might as well be zombies. It was a very dark sort of Blade Runner type world. Is that all we got? Is that all we got in us is Blade Runner? That sucks. Fuck that. No thanks. I don't think Blade Runner should be the standard to which we hold ourselves. Honestly. Ooh, I had as many as 3 viewers at one point. Holy crap. Oh, there's 2 people live. Say hello to Jason. Chat me a question. Ooh. 1225 Productions. Subscribe to me on YouTube. I still think the stream is sort of off, so I can't watch the YouTube channel very often. So give me a call on Skype. Phone number is 218-565-9975. I guess I can keep the show going as late as I want to stay up tonight. I gotta wake up early and go get my son and take him to daycare, so I don't know how much I can do this evening, but I'd love to get a call and see if anybody's thinking that they should chat with me about whatever the hell. Alright. So, Facebook, bitches. Whatever. Said I'm going to do 2 hours. If I don't get a call before the end of those 2 hours, I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing down, because it's probably better if I get a little extra sleep, because I got my boy this weekend. We're going to have fun. So I'll do a show probably next week, I'll imagine, at some point, because I still need some Skype callers and different people to plug into the show in a more active fashion so I can test out my ideas. Again, if you called... Oh, wait. See, that's the problem. So, if you called, I could like sit here and figure out what's the best way for me to chat with you. Wait. Oh. So, for me to chat with you on Skype. Oh no, that's Facebook. So let me change to Skype. Oh yeah. Ah yeah. So you could be on Skype talking with me, talking with them about everything that I'm talking about. And honestly, I'm not closed down to really any discussion. You know what? I got a freaking fortune cookie right here. Let's see what my fortune says while we're on the subject. I had to order some Chinese food because yum. And they deliver. China Walk, best delivery Chinese food in Minneapolis. Join a new club today. You'll be surprised. There you go. Join the Artisan Politics Club today. You'll be surprised. Plus some lottery numbers, but I don't really play the lottery. All right. You're watching Artisan Politics. I am Jason Everett Miller. You can type that shit into Google and stuff will come back. I'll go ahead and do that so I can show you what comes back. Jason Everett. Alright. So, all kinds of stuff will come back. My LinkedIn, of course. Oh, my autobiography, which is a ton of fun. If you want the inside scoop. Obviously, Twitter. SoundCloud. Oh, that's kind of funny. I wonder if I can get that onto... get that onto the stream. That's me making something up. I don't know if you're hearing this at all, so just sort of. Oh wait, oh that was kind of cool. And nobody's responding on Facebook. I called some people out, but they didn't respond. That's my boy in Jamaica, Faroon Baker. Tech guy. Had some really great conversations about politics in that area. Alright, let's turn that off. So, where are we at? 9:42, about 18 minutes left in the scheduled program. If somebody calls me up before then, I can probably go for an extra hour. If you want to chat me up, bitches, mugs. I guess I'm not as popular as I thought I was. I can't get a single person to call me. Nobody's gonna call me and talk about politics. Because they know that I'm right and they're wrong and they don't want anybody else to see that. See, that's the difference between me and Rush Limbaugh and Mike Savage and every other fucking
shock jock radio on the right is that I'm actually right. And there's so many different kinds of wrong. And I challenge him. You're in my seat, bitches. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. You're not Republicans. You're Lilliputians. Yeah. Hit you with some fucking literary shit, bitches. Look it up. If you consider yourself a Republican, if you honestly think that this country is going down the tubes, then it's incumbent upon you to understand your party and where your party came from and the roots of your party and how progressivism, right, all that liberal shit, is tied up inexorably with the Republican Party. And the fact that you allowed skeezers to take that shit over is really a tragedy. But it's never too late, right? I mean, you can let the Tea Party take over the GOP and drive them in some weird libertarian fantasy of like there's no shared responsibility for anything, and you know, every success just sort of happened because I'm awesome. the fact that I had a 230-year-old country of entrepreneurs to build upon means nothing. Zero success stories happen on their own. None of them. Not a one. Not a single one. None of them. Sorry. If you think that it's some weird like, oh, I'm the bomb dig and I made everything happen because I'm awesome, that's not the case. And that wasn't the greatest analogy, I'll admit, but I only have 14 minutes left, and I'm actually kind of tired of talking to myself tonight. I honestly had hoped that somebody would fucking call, so fuck you. No, I really want to use the C word. So when do I get the ability to use the C word without my audience completely rebelling? Because Americans don't use that word properly. And it really is a great word that we're not allowed to use. And I take it personally. So look up Jim Jeffries and the word cunt and then follow up. We'll have that. Let's have that discussion. I already had that discussion with my mom, and I had to give up. Because she's my mom. I'm not allowed to hold hard lines on anything, you know. Because she's my mom. So she gets what she wants. As all moms should. They should get what they want. What do you want? You should get what you want. And if you're not getting what you want, give me a call. It'll be the same number next week as this week, but no one's called me yet. 218-565-9975 or Skype, Artisan Politics, all one word. I am Jason Everett Miller. It's about 9:48 here in the central time zone of America. And I am very excited about getting this show going, and I want it to be internet based primarily, and I want you to reach out to me via sort of social media. So Artisan Politics on Facebook, Artisan Politics on Twitter, Artisan Politics on Skype. We actually have pretty good SEO value because nobody's really considered politics as something that needs to be practiced in that fashion. We can have yummy food, artisan food, right? Artisan beer, artisan whiskey, artisan this, that, and the other thing. But not politics. Somehow politics has become like a nasty word, a dirty word. Like we can't do politics because politics is gross. Disagree. I think it's pretty central to just about everything we're trying to accomplish as a species. And as soon as you stop paying attention, they win. They, them, whatever, win. Alright, so I'm gonna shut this thing down 10 minutes early because I'm not getting any traction on any sort of venues, except I got a couple extra Twitter followers, which is never a bad thing. Up to 216, nice. Nobody hit me up via Facebook. Thanks everybody for the support. Give me a call next time. Probably next week. I don't know. It's me and Ollie this weekend, so maybe I'll do a late night show. Go get some more whiskey or something. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in, and we will do this again shortly. Artisan Politics, Jason Everett Miller. Bye-bye.